Part 2. Dementia is caused by diseases of the brain. What does that mean? Well, in simple terms, what it does mean is that you cannot catch it. It's not something you can pick up like COVID or a cold or flu. But there are quite a few diseases which we're talking about here. There's Alzheimer's, which you probably have heard of or know. Huntington's, the vascular dementia, Lewy bodies, and the one I got, which is frontotemporal dementia. And then you've got hydrocephalus and something called Creutzfeldt-Jakob something or other. Anyway, so basically there's lots of it, and but they're all called dementia. So when you see somebody who says they got dementia, it's one of those things. Like, yeah, they're all different, and it's possible to have two. You can have two of the diseases at the same moment, like, yeah. So Alzheimer's basically is built up of about something to do with proteins, and you got vascular dementias to do with blood not getting to the right points, and then you've got things like Lewy bodies. Again, is similar to Alzheimer's. There's clumps of proteins building up in your head. But frontotemporal mind is where the chemicals are all out of balance and stuff like that. So there is medication, what we say to do, not to cure it, but just to help with the symptoms of it. You can get other things that start the dementia as well. Like you could have a bash on the brain, you could have a car accident or something, stroke, TIAs. Anything that does brain trauma potentially could trigger off dementia. And also, of course, there's all these blinking sports things they're talking about now. Rugby, for instance, heavy tackling, heading the ball in soccer, being slapped about by somebody in the face a lot. Watching tennis, this sort of thing, I don't know where that comes from, but somebody's thought up the idea that you can't watch tennis like unless you get dementia or something. But there's a reason why our brains are in this hard skull, protected behind this big nutcase that we got here, and that's because it's quite a gentle, valid, fragile thing. Like, yeah, and that's why we got this hard shell. And of course, but whatever the causes of the dementias is, all I want to do is just basically the same as you guys probably, shout it out to the rest of the world. And always bear in mind that our brains are far more important and far more valuable than your bank account. Dementia is caused by diseases of the brain. Thank you.